Hey everyone, Tony Winston here. Quick hello. Hi. Little different camera setup today. I thought I'd just bring you a little bit of what I'm working on today, which is Stompin' at the Savoy. And I'm starting off with a crazy chord here. This is a legal chord according to the Berklee College of Music, where on a dominant seventh chord, you are allowed to put a flat 9, a sharp 9, and you can use them both, but you can't use a regular 9 with them. It would create too much dissonance. The sharp 11, and also a 13 right here, which is the melody note. And the way I've decided to voice this chord was to put the root here, the flat 9 there, 3rd, 13th, 7th, sharp 9, so I've got the flat 9 here and the sharp 9 here, sharp 11, and then double the 13, and I come up with this chord. And then I'm going to another kind of nice chord with a D flat triad, the 9th added, a 6, another 9, and the 5th. So here's my two chords that I'm going to try to start this song off with. Now, it's slightly different this time, but I can do it that way maybe. Now it's a rootless voicing. You see, I got these two here and those two there. And once again, this is strictly legal. All right, let's go again here. Now, I screwed up that turnaround there, but there are so many possibilities for turnarounds, and I'm talking about 1, 6, 2, 5 type of turnarounds. I mean, if you think of all the different ways you can do them, 1, 6, 1, substitute for the 6, right, tritone sub, all the different ways you can go on the bass notes, and then all the different chords that you can play. You know, you can do on the 6th chord, you can do a minor, you can do a dominant, you can flat the 9, you can have a flat 13, you can have a regular 13, and then, you know, putting all these combinations together leaves you hundreds, thousands, millions of possibilities. Now, what I did, and I've been thinking about this turnaround for a long time because I hear Art Tatum doing it all the time. But I just came across a simple song the other day that had a turnaround something like this. And then just goes down to the 5, right? So, or like this. All right, so going down to this chord first, then where does that chord logically lead to? Cycle a fifth to it, maybe a D major, then up to the real 2, and then the 5. And of course, you know, it could be a tritone substitution, or, you know, back to here again. There's just so many possibilities. But I really like the idea of, instead of going to the 6th chord, going to the flat 6, Now, another thing I'm working on in this song is the bridge. And, you know, here we go through all the worst keys possible. We've got F sharp. Then we've got B. Then E. And then, you know, it's like a 2-5 here, and then a 2-5 here. So, I don't know why these keys are bad keys. It's mostly because in jazz you usually have saxophone players, horn players, and they like the keys of that are good for their instrument. So, but what I decided to do to handle these situations is look for the blues scale, and not this blues scale, but kind of the other one, the one that's built like from the E flat blues scale. All right, sometimes we call this the major blues scale, the happy blues scale, And even when you're using the other blues scale, you still end up using that note a lot. So blues scales are things that blues players actually don't think about all that much. They think about, good riffs and blues riffs, but they don't think about a blues scale. That's kind of a jazz interpretation. But we're doing jazz, so that's what I'm going to do. So look, it's an E flat blues scale, right? With the flat 5 and the flat 3 and all that stuff. But in the key of F sharp, it comes out to be this pentatonic scale, right? With a little blues note in there. So that's what I'm going to use. And then for B, I'm going to think A flat blues scale. For E, I'm going to think the D flat blues scale. And then, we get the turnaround. Now, I could still be using the D flat blues scale here. Or I could use the happier one, which I guess would be like the B flat blues scale. And on the A chord, A flat, I'm working on this little arpeggio. It's an augmented chord. All right, keeping the video short, a little goodbye, and thank you all for tuning in, subscribing.